The OA hired a tree crew to erase my historic boundary line, so I buried their luxury neighborhood in the smell of manure. My property sits beside one of those expensive gated communities where every mailbox matches and every lawn looks fake enough to belong on a movie set. Meanwhile, my side has cattle barns, grain silos, and a line of massive oak and cedar trees planted by my grandfather nearly 80 years ago. Those trees weren't decoration. They marked the legal boundary of my farm. Everybody in the county knew it. Apparently, the HOA board thought rules only applied to other people. One Friday morning, I heard chainsaws roaring near the south pasture. I drove my tractor over expecting storm cleanup. Instead, I found 6 hired workers cutting down my trees. Huge historic oaks crashed into the dirt one after another while the HOA president stood nearby holding blueprints. She smiled when she saw me. "We're widening the scenic walking trail for residents," she said casually. "Residents?" That trail was entirely on my property. I ordered the crew to stop immediately, but the foreman shrugged and showed me a work order signed by the HOA. They'd assumed the tree line belonged to the neighborhood because it looked nicer, connected to their trail system. By sunset, 14 historic trees were gone. Some were older than the subdivision itself. I was furious, but I've worked cattle long enough to know revenge works better when it's slow and creative. See, my farm includes 3 old manure-spreading sheds near the exact same property line they just cleared. For years, those sheds faced inward toward my fields because there was no reason to point them elsewhere. Now there was. Over the next 2 weeks, I pulled permits, hired contractors, and rebuilt every shed to face directly toward the HOA walking trail. Then I added something special: industrial soundproofing walls behind the sheds. The county inspector actually laughed when he realized what I was doing. The soundproof walls trapped every noise inside my property, while funneling every smell outward like a cannon. Summer heat did the rest. Within days, residents started complaining online. Morning joggers abandoned the trail. Luxury outdoor yoga classes vanished. One woman compared the smell to rotting swamp demons. The HOA threatened legal action almost immediately. Their attorney claimed I was creating a nuisance. My lawyer simply handed over aerial maps proving the HOA had illegally destroyed a protected historic boundary line on active agricultural land. Then came the environmental fines. Turns out, several of those trees were registered erosion barriers tied to old county flood control programs. The HOA got hammered. They paid for replacement trees, land restoration, legal damages, and every penny of my new shed construction. But the best part happened last week. The HOA quietly rerouted their precious walking trail to the opposite side of the neighborhood. Now the only people enjoying the scenic manure breeze are the board members who approved the tree removal in the first place. And every time the wind shifts east, I open the shed doors a little wider